My name's Jo from illustratenature.com. Today we are looking at textures. There are lots of textures and lots and lots of possibilities, and today I'm going to show you a few of the easier ones to use. I've drawn 8 boxes, and the first box I'm just going to paint with a dark colour and leave it to dry. In a bit we're going to try the needle on that, but it needs to dry first. Now in this box I'm using a sponge. Sponges are great, you can do all sorts of things with them. As you can see, I'm using it with not much water, and I'm increasing the amount of water, and you see how it changes slightly as you change the amount of water you're using. It's great for doing background foliage and that sort of thing. And here I'm mixing another colour in with it just before it all dries, so you can see how that works. Next I'm doing the sponge again, this time though I'm taking out the sponge, so you hear just dabbing and taking things out. This is very good for, clouds and things like that. You can also soften edges quite nicely with it. So there I'm softening the edge of the square. Nice and soft. There you have it. Now this one I'm zooming in so you can see what I'm doing. It's the toothbrush. Now, best to cover up other stuff when using the toothbrush because it sprays everywhere. But it is good for certain things. So here we are, and I'm just flicking stuff from the old toothbrush onto the paper. And you can also use it like that. It's sort of quite good for grasses and things. So, a bit more flicking. More grass, and there you have it. And then you can take off your bits of extra paper. Okay, I'm not sure if I don't think that's dry yet. No, it's not, so we'll go on to the next one. This one is just the credit card, and it produces a sort of rough look. It's quite good for, effects on water. So it has that sort of glitteriness that water can have sometimes. Now we're looking at wax. Trouble with wax is you can't see it, so you need to be not to be too worried about exactly where it is. It's good for random shapes and things. There you have that. Next, the cling film. Now I'm a big fan of the cling film effect. As I mentioned earlier, cling film is stopping being produced, so recycle your cling film. All the cling film you come across, recycle it, because it can be used for this technique over and over again. So you just do that, and then you put it on in a crinkled way, dab it down, and then leave it to dry, and you'll take it off later. Next we've got the salt, so I'm putting on a layer first. Putting the salt on whilst it's still wet. And what the salt does is absorb the paint, so it creates a nice effect. I always like it on stones and things. I think it can have that very nice gritty kind of look to it. But we need to wait till it dries and then take off the salt. And up the top here I'm now scratching into the paint with a needle. This can be quite good for very fine white effects. Yeah, just looking a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. And here with a nail file, I'm just scratching the top of the paint, and that gives a nice little speckliness to it. So that could be nice for bark and things like that. We've got to rub the salt off, and there you have that lovely sort of very stone-like effect that salt gives. And here we've got the cling film. I've taken off the cling film, and that's the sort of effect you get with the cling film. So that's some very simple textures that you can try out and experiment, see what you can get. This has been illustratenature.com. I'm Jo, and I'll be back again soon. Bye bye.